To make this card, which is super easy, all we're going to do now is we're going to take on a spare piece of paper. We're just going to draw the head of a little kitten or a cat. So you can draw it however big or small you want it and what you want it to look like. So I'm just doing a very, very plain, simple little kitten head. So I'm just drawing it. And I don't want it very, very big because it's got to fit inside the card. And I like the kitten, so I'm giving it really big eyes. And then you can colour your kitten in however you want. So those are the two kittens that I've drawn, and now I'm just going to colour their eyes in. I was going to use just one kitten, but now they want two kittens, so we're going to be using both of them. And now all you have to do is cut your little kitten's head out, and I'm just using a small pair of nail scissors to do that. You might need help if you're a child. I'm just cutting past the line so that I've still got a black border going around. I've cut my little kitten out, and now we're going to put that aside. And now I've just got a piece of A4. It's called card paper, but it's a little bit thicker than printing paper, but not quite as thick as cardstock. So I'm just going to fold that in half. I've lined my two little kittens on the edge of the fold line of the paper, and now all you want to do is you want to mark just so that it's in line with, because that's going to be their body. So I've marked two little marks there. So you can measure them or you can just do it like this. So I don't want their bodies sticking further past their heads, so that's where I'm marking their bodies too. And then all you're going to do is just take a ruler, and this little kitten is just a little bit bigger than that one, so I'm going to make this one a little bit longer than that one. So I've marked one at 4 centimeters and one of them at 3 centimeters. And now all we're going to do is we're going to be cutting along that line, but stopping just there. So just on that line. And then cut the 4 lines like that. I've cut the lines out now, and now all we're going to do is I'm going to draw a little heart. So I'm just drawing not too close to the end, so just a very skinny little heart like that. So you have to just pretend that the heart is actually extending past to about that point there, because you don't want this one to be too thin. And then do the same on the other one. To get an idea of how far to draw the heart down, just place the kitten's heads on the top of your page and then draw the heart. And then we're going to cut those little hearts out. and stopping at that line, and do the same on the other one. I've got the pieces cut out, and now what we're going to do is we're going to fold these pieces. So just take a ruler and then bend that piece and that piece, and then you're going to squash them down quite firm. And now we're going to flip our card over so that the opening is at the top and the fold is down here. And then we're going to just draw a tail on here. So you can draw whatever shaped tail that you want. A big one or a small one. So I've got the tails drawn on, and now I'm just going to outline those with black. So your piece of paper should look like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, put it forward and bend it on the fold. So we're reversing our piece of paper so that these ones are going to be standing out. And then just collapse your page. So you've got like that. I've just got another piece of the card stock, and I'm folding that in half as well so that we can use this as a backing for the front of the card. I've got some pattern scissors, and that's the pattern that I'm going to try and cut on the white card that we've just been working on. So I'm only cutting along those sides. Don't cut the folded edge. I've cut all the way around the card, and now we're going to glue that in. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got the same distance on either side so that it's in the middle, and then we're going to glue all of this and then close that down. I'm just using a glue stick for this. And then we'll glue the other side down as well. Now with this side, what you're going to do is you're going to be gluing these little tabs here as well. The last one I'm going to do is we put the little heads on. Now I like my little heads to be at a bit of an angle, so I'm putting them on at an angle. So when you open the card, you've got your little kittens standing up like that. And now you can write your message in your card. I'm just going to do a few little messages. I'll show you what I've written. If you don't want your kittens so small, you can make them a lot bigger, but just make sure that when you close the card that their heads are not going to be popping out. So obviously if you want to make this kitten bigger, you're going to probably only get one on the page, and you make it maybe 5 centimeters wide, and then you have to cut the distance to there would be 10 centimeters by 5 centimeters, and then you'll get one large cat or kitten. But they wanted 2 little kittens, so that's what we've gone for. To finish off my kittens, I've got these small little rhinestones which are self-adhesive, and I'm just going to use some of those for the collar. And then I've got a slightly bigger one, which I'm just taking one. So that's what the little kittens look like with their collars on. Just on a spare piece of paper, I've just written some little messages so that we can just stick them on. I've put them in little speech bubbles as well. So we've got one that's going to be placed there, which is just you're perfect for meow. And this one I've written me too, or meow too. So I'm going to cut that out and I'm going to stick that there as well. I'm just using some Christmas ribbon, and it's a beautiful velvet texture, and all I'm doing is cutting a piece that is the length of my two kittens together, so they look like they've got a little mat to sit on. So just cut that off, and then we'll glue that down as well. And on their little feet I'm just drawing some little stripes like that for their little feet. Doing that on both of them. And now we can stick it all together. So I've got it all put together. It's a very, very cute little card that can be used for Mother's Day, Father's Day, Grandparents' Day, or even Valentine's Day. If you only put the one cat on and you just use that message just like that. It's a very versatile card, and then of course you just write your message inside and whatever message you want on the front. I'm going to be using this double-sided tape, and I'm just going to be putting it around the card so I can stick my ribbon to that. I'm just using this red Christmas ribbon, and I've put my double-sided tape all the way around the card, and I've gone in by 1.5 centimeters. I've let my tape stick a wee bit over the edge here so that I can just do that to pull the tape back so that it comes off easily. Otherwise it's a wee bit difficult to get off. And I'm also extending the ribbon so I can trim that off. I'm going to take some of my larger rhinestones that I used for the little collars, and I'm going to stick them just in the corner. I find it easier if you hold them all together to do this, and then you just cut them as you go. So I'm putting 3 down, in the base, and then I'm going up by 2, and then I'm just putting 1 in the middle. So that just finishes that off nicely. And then you can write your message on the front. I'm taking the same card that I used for the front of the card, and I'm just folding it in half like that. And I'm just going to be cutting out a small little heart. And then I'm going to be sticking that just there. And there's my card completed. A very cute, easy way of making a rather attractive card for any occasion. And as I said, you can write your message whatever occasion it is on the front. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.